Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Check out your replacements for additional messages. As this is a general reading, messages may or may not apply. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't for the next person. I can be picking up on someone around you or someone you could be dealing with, so you might have to swap the roles. If this reading doesn't resonate right away, it may be something that happens down the line. If you'd like to keep this in your back pocket or come back at a later time, we're going to take a look and see what messages may come through for you guys for the week ahead. Get some insight, wisdom, guidance, and overall see what's going on for you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. If you guys are interested, you can check me out on my Instagram at Jadestone Tarot. And with that being said, let's get right into this reading, starting off with some animal oracle messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. What messages do my Saggies need to hear? Any insight, wisdom, guidance, and messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Any messages for Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Any messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? What messages do my Saggies need? Any insight, wisdom, guidance for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? I'll do one more. Okay. Messages for Saggy. Okay, we got the golden egg coming out. Spirit energy. This represents your heart space. Messages for Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Messages. Oh, the dragonfly. I'm gonna get one more. Yeah. Okay, and the elk. Okay. So we have the golden egg, the dragonfly, and the elk. So we have spirit energy coming out. We also have air and earth. So the week ahead, for the most part, you guys are remaining pretty grounded. There's a good balance between earth and air, right? So you guys are well grounded, but you're also flexible with the wind, right? So there's a good balance between these two elements. I'm liking that. I also feel like when it comes to your emotions, you're very well perspective, or you're able to see many different points of views in situations, and there might even be something that you're trying to come to terms with or process, or just going inward and allowing yourself to reflect on some things. There might be some things that are on your mind about some sort of emotional situation. As the dragonfly, there's the alchemical symbol for water, and the dragonfly talks about perspective. It talks about our vision, how we see things, how we view situations. Is our vision crystal clear, or is it a little bit murky? Is it a little bit foggy? Some of you may be struggling a little bit with seeing a situation clearly, but by the end of the week, it does seem like that will be overcome. The elk is very grounded, slow yet steady, always crosses the finish line. Also, there is the sun, solar energy coming out here, which talks about illumination, and also really good times, happiness, and things like that. So it feels like if there's anything that's on your mind that you've been kind of confused about or unsure, or if you've been trying to process a situation or trying to look at things from a different angle, I think what would really help you guys is to just kind of carve some time out during the week, maybe a couple times during the day. It doesn't have to be for very long, just to kind of sit by yourself, think, contemplate, and just whatever question that you may have. And if you don't have a question, that's all good, but just if you have a question, really just sit and think about it, and just be open to any answer that comes to mind, anything that comes to mind. It doesn't even have to be an answer. You may get some answers if you just kind of sit on it and just wait. There is also something that's developing, something that you've been working towards. Keep your egg warm, right? Make sure you sit on that egg, keep it nice and warm, because it's not quite ready to be hatched. Your ideas are golden, right? This golden egg, your ideas are solid. It's pure gold, what you got developing and you're working towards. But it's just a matter of time before the egg cracks. So in the meantime, what you need to do is just sit on that golden egg, keep it warm. What? Hold on. Isn't there some sort of fairy tale about a golden egg, or I don't know. I don't know, and I can't be bothered to look it up right now. Maybe there is. Your ideas are golden. Don't doubt them. Don't doubt your abilities. Don't doubt your skills. And I think it's just so important for you guys to open up your heart, to receiving love, giving love unconditionally, that give and take, having a good balance in your relationships, and even the relationship you have with yourself, making sure you're nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, make sure that you are getting plenty of rest, you're eating enough, you're drinking enough water, really just make sure you focus on your health. Make that more of a priority. That's a message for someone out there. I don't know, that just came through to me. The elk is also someone who's very reliable, someone who is highly respected, and just overall extremely loyal, will be there through the thick and thin, and remain grounded, and, like a well perspective. I'm kind of getting the energy of seeking advice from someone with a higher wisdom or more knowledge about something, or like even if it's a stranger you maybe cross paths with, or someone just gives you a little tidbit of advice and it just kind of sticks with you. I don't know why, I'm kind of feeling that a little bit too. Or like I'm kind of almost getting father-like energy, or like this is a heavy masculine energy, the elk, so I don't know, something to do with like your father, or like there's just like this parental, protective, kind of guiding energy. I don't know. I can't really, like, that's all I'm really getting from this. I'm like, okay, what is this tying into? I don't know, but maybe that is for someone out there. If it resonates, it's for you. And also, I think dragonflies are symbolic of good luck. Pretty sure. But yeah, so your perspective on something might be changing as you go inward, or as you just learn to calm the mind, and you're able to tap in more with your intuition instead of being way too over intellectual. Finding the balance, finding the middle ground between your logic versus your intuition, making sure you balance your emotions versus your logic, not like overly emotional, but not overly analytical, finding the middle ground, right? And I think that's what's happening here. I feel like the week ahead seems pretty calm. Focus on grounding yourselves. Perspective on something might be changing. Your ideas are developing. Not quite yet coming into fruition just this moment, but it's on the right track. And just to keep that egg warm, nurture it, keep putting the energy towards it, okay? Something is developing. Even though you may not see results immediately or right here, right now, it's happening. So just keep doing what you've been doing, Sag. Let's pull some tarot messages. Any messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? Any messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? What's going on for my Saggies, please? Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Oops. Any messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? What's going on for my Sagittarians? What do they need to know? Any insight, wisdom, guidance? This deck might be ready. I'm not 100% sure. Nope. Okay. Any messages for Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? Alright, it is ready now. And it's not upside down, making sure. Messages for Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. What's going on for my Sagittarians? Ace of Pentacles. Definitely some sort of opportunity coming your way this week, whether this is an opportunity for work, whether this is something like an idea that you've been thinking about, contemplating. I think it's relating again to whatever this golden idea is, this golden egg. Let's see. Whatever this is, though, again, it's like it's developing slowly. Pentacles is the slowest out of all the elements in the deck, right? It's earth, but to remain grounded and just to stay focused. I'm also kind of getting a little bit of beaver energy from the animal spirit deck. It's like needing your long-term steady hand, your focus, your willpower, your determination, kind of like that horsiness. Lots of animal references. Messages. Oh, Wheel of Fortune reverse. So, no, this is a delayed opportunity, something that you could have been waiting for a while. Especially with all this retrograde energy, and we're still in the post-shadow effect of Mercury retrograde. The energy is weakening. As the days go on, it's weakening. Thank goodness. But that may have caused a lot of delays, especially in June. You may have just felt a little bit stagnant, or like opportunities kind of haven't been really coming, or it's just been super slow, especially when it comes to your work or your career, finances. Like, I think something's just kind of been slow, moving really slow. And you might be kind of like looking at your clock like, okay, hello, like, when's it coming? Like, hello, right? You gotta just keep on sitting on that golden egg, Sag. It's getting there, It's like when you're using pregnancy as an example, it's like, the baby's developing 9 months. It's almost like you're like, okay, I'm at 8 months, 1 more month, and then I'm birthing this new being, or this new chapter, this new idea, this new thing. It's like you're so close to whatever this new start is, or like this breakthrough, but I do feel like there's been some sort of delay that's been kind of slowing down the process. And I think it's just important to remember to stay mindful, be aware of the things that you're thinking, the thoughts that you're having. Our thoughts really do shift our reality, and sometimes when things aren't coming exactly when we want it to, or as quickly as we want it to, we get a little bit discouraged, or, it's just kind of hard to stay motivated, or you're kind of feeling like you're just putting all this energy out there and nothing's coming back. It can be a bit discouraging, but to not let that overtake you too much, and to just be aware, to not let that overtake you too much, and just to be aware of the things that you're thinking, the things that you're telling yourself. There's a reason why it's taken a while for this to get off the ground, but it will be worth it. It will be worth it. Just having more of like an appreciation and not being in such of a rush. Messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Any messages for Sag? Hangman energy. What did I tell you? It's been kind of slow, but like I said, needing to change the perspective and look at things from a different understanding. Let me see what else needs to come out. This is Piscean energy. Messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. 6 of Wands. Okay, nice. We're gonna get a couple more just because I feel like it's good. Ooh, 10 of Cups. All right, let me just shift this over. The last few readings I've been doing, I'm just kind of let the cards speak for themselves. So when they kind of stop coming out, I will stop pulling cards. Oh wow, 8 of Wands, and that fell on top of the wheel. So it's like those delays, this stagnant energy, kind of like, the Wheel of Fortune reversed and the Hangman, 8 of Wands. There will be movement. I'm just going to leave it at that. 2 of Wands reversed, Temperance, Prince of Pentacles. Yeah, what did I tell you? Very, very slow. Also, Ace of Cups. I mean, you have some sort of new relationship, connection, or just like a lot of passion, a lot of emotion, a lot of fun, a lot of just like just like a lot of good stuff that's awaiting you at the end of the week. I feel like there's going to be just like a lot of freshness, like fresh air, breathing in that fresh air just feels so good, and you just want more of it. I feel like that's like going to be the end of the week, like, kind of slow, but then you might see opportunities start to open up and pick up, and you might start to feel that progression. It might still be slow, but at least you're making progression. Now you're not stuck, you're not standing there, you're actually taking a few steps forward, and it's encouraging, and you're like, yeah, let's move forward, let's get more of this. Like I was saying, when you breathe in that fresh air, it's just like, oh, you can't stop, you can't get enough, it just smells so good, right? Especially like, nights after it rains and you're out by the trees and it just smells so good. I love that. But yeah, I think it's important for you guys to just maintain patience. I know it's hard to. I know it sucks sometimes when you hear, oh, just be patient. It's hard to be patient. It is, right? It is. It's a struggle. It's so testing. It is such a lesson to learn. And it's important to just surrender to the timing, because it's happening for a reason. The timing of things, how things unfold, it does happen for a reason. And to just trust that this is all going to work out the best possible way for you, right? And one day you're gonna look back and be like, I'm so grateful for how everything unfolded. Thank goodness, So that's kind of what it feels like. Okay, so patience is definitely key here. Temperance, your energy coming through, Saggy. Love that. Get grounded, get balanced, take time out to be in nature, and even being by water if you can, if you live near the water or you have a lake, river, ocean to be by, definitely try to get out in nature and just connect with yourself, connect with earth, get some fresh air. Some of you might be going on like a little trips, right? Because the 8 of Wands sometimes can talk about travel, movement. For some, it's like if you had a trip planned, maybe there was a delay, or maybe you had to cancel plans. Maybe it's just like, oh, it's a rainy weekend, so you're gonna have to cancel that for like the next week or few weeks, or just temporarily don't know when you'll go on that trip again. Like that's also coming through. Like there's, for some, it's like if you had plans to travel, maybe there's some sort of delay or something may come up. That's for someone out there. Just many messages I'm getting from this. And of course, like I said, that Prince of Pentacles kind of fits with that elk energy. Just slow, steady, but grounded movement. And Two of Wands reversed. You've made up your mind. You've made up a decision. Or you made up your mind about a decision. Maybe it's just you guys becoming aware of a certain cycle. Or maybe, I don't know. We'll hold that thought. Okay. Maybe as I talk about these cards, we'll understand a little bit more. So, like I said, Ace of Pentacles, there's definitely some new starts over here. It is slow yet steady, but it is tangible, and it will be worth your while, okay? Right now, there might be some delays. It might be a bit stagnant. You're wondering what's going on. Is this even meant for me? Am I down the right path? What's going on here? I'm feeling confused, feeling a little bit lost. Time to change your perspective. You know, this is happening for a reason. Try to find the blessing in the lesson, okay? Trust in the process, trust in the timing. I just feel like there's a delay here, but this is happening for a reason. Maybe it's just like, oh my god, okay, here's an example. Let's go back to that example of like some of you who have to cancel a trip, right? Maybe it's a rainy weekend and you're gonna go drive out like an hour, 2 hours out of the city, out of the town, and then it's like, oh crap, we have to cancel. And then it's like a few days later, you see on the news like, well, good thing I didn't go because there was a horrible car accident or, you know, a really terrible storm or something. Like if we were there, we would have been fucked, you know, like in hindsight, then you're like, oh, I'm so grateful that we didn't go on that trip. You know, like that's just an example, but I hope you get what I'm like saying is like, even though there's a bit of a delay and it may feel a bit discouraging or kind of like, you know, it's not fun when things get delayed or when you feel like you're just kind of feeling stuck or not really moving anywhere, but there's a reason as to why there's been a delay and it's been out of your control. It doesn't matter how much you try to push. Sometimes the universe got other things in plan, other ideas in mind, and you know, it takes your effort, your energy, but then you kind of have to sit and wait. There's only so much you can do. You can't speed up the process. I was saying this to another sign a while ago, a few reads ago. You know, you need to cook something, right? You cook something, you throw it in the oven, but you can't speed up the cooking time, right? You have to sit and wait. Otherwise, it's not going to be fully cooked, right? You can't speed it up. No matter what you do, you can't like hurry it up, like hurry up, finish cooking. Like you literally just have to wait. There's only so much you can do. You prepped it, you mixed it up, you put it in the oven, and now you have to wait. That's the same thing. It's like you just have to sit, wait, contemplate. I know, but this is the beginning of the reading, okay? Because it looks like eventually, pretty soon, around the corner, okay, that's where the movement's going to happen. 8 of Wands. Things are going to start picking up, okay? So this stagnant energy, 8 of Wands fell right on top of the Wheel of Fortune reversed Hangman. So, which indicates to me, okay, there will be movement. There will be movement. Don't let those delays discourage you and see... Just looking at the water in the background. Ignore the wands for a moment. There's the Rocky Mountains... Or maybe not. I mean, we got mountains all over the world. But some of you might be going to the mountains. Ayo, I want to go to the mountains. Manifesting that for the summer. But, you know, with COVID and all that, everything's booked up or hella expensive. So it's like, shit. But definitely want to try and get out there, you know. So again, like going on like a little trip, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have been planning on going on a trip or thinking about it, contemplating, having a sudden urge to go out in nature, maybe by that lake, ocean, like I was saying earlier. If you can get out in nature, highly recommend you do it. Just really just grounding yourselves and getting some fresh air and going on some walks in nature and just recalibrating yourself, you know. Anyway, so lots of movement. Some of you might be traveling, going on like little short trips here and there. And then we have the 6 of Wands. So there is, again, like I'm saying, there's movement. You're starting to see things pick up. You're starting to get a bit more recognition, lots of eyes on you. Or for those that have work that's been slow, it's looking like you may just start to see an increase in work, more opportunities for work. increase in your money, your finances. Things are starting to pick up. It's good. And to celebrate your rewards, celebrate your hard work. And there's achievement here. You've achieved something. And to be proud of yourself, you know, don't discredit yourself. You've come a long way. So celebrate. Like, look, and then we have the 10 of Cups. Like, just, I'm getting the energy of just being around your loved ones, friends, family, your partner, and just feeling good, feeling solid, and just kind of feeling at peace, you know? Just feels right. Feels comfortable. Maybe some of you are out gardening, you're gardening your little garden, gardening your garden, planting your garden, or your garden is starting to really bloom. We have the Princess of Swords here. Like a new perspective. Again, it kind of ties in with that dragonfly energy. And then in the Princess of Swords, there's all these birds. Oh, right over here. There's all these birds flying around. Like, you may be receiving communication, especially Eight of Wands can be symbolic of communication. Some of you, there's been like a delay in communication, or maybe you haven't heard from someone for a while, or maybe you're waiting on an answer, waiting for confirmation, or waiting for that contract to sign, which that's good. We're kind of in the clear now. We're no longer in the thick of Mercury retrograde, and everyone always says be careful, like, signing documents. Like, obviously you can just read the fine print. You may want to hold off from it or just kind of postpone it. So some of you may be having documents or things to sign. Just, of course, read the fine print always, right? Not just during Mercury retrograde, but we're in the clear now. So maybe some of you guys have some legal documents to take care of, or just, you know, finishing up, cleaning up any loose ends, things like that. That might be coming up for some of you, especially if there's been kind of like a delay in that. Things have been slow, or you've been waiting for a response, or waiting for the closing of something. Anyways, and like I said, there might be some sort of message or communication that you could be getting, back and forth communication. Another message, of course, let me see. Kind of a side message. Don't really feel too much correlation to the other cards. It's like Princess of Swords can sometimes talk about someone who's keeping an eye on you. So even with that Six of Wands, some of you may have a lot of attention or a lot of eyes on you, or a lot of pursuers, lots of people watching what you're up to. You know, especially for those that are active on social media, or post a lot, or there might just be like a lot of more attention that you are receiving. And then even with the Princess of Swords, that sometimes can indicate someone keeping tabs or seeing what you're up to, what you're posting. The ex creeping, watch the stalking for some, obviously, but like that's really, I'm not getting that too strongly. That's like really small, like a little sprinkle of that energy, nothing too crazy. I'm getting more of like your perspective, how you're thinking, processing communication, like, you know, phone calls, and like I said, travel, short distance travel for some, traveling for work, texting back and forth, phone calls, like I know, like organizing and things like that. I am getting for the week ahead. But yeah, then that Temperance card, we already talked about that. I just feel like getting back into balance and reconnecting with yourself, like, again, kind of ties back in with that golden egg, like I was saying at the very beginning, how important it is that you guys try to get in tune with your intuition and learning to calm the mind and just being more in the present moment. Not really being too stuck in the past or too worried about the future, really just being in the present and focusing on filling your cup up and taking care of yourself. Like I said, again, like I keep referencing what I was saying at the beginning of the reading, it's like taking care of your wellness, and it's your job to take care of yourself. You don't have like a mother or father, unless you're like a little child, but I don't know what child would be watching this. It's like, what's going on in your life if you're a kid watching readings? Like, damn, like... But nah, I don't think there's any kids watching. But like, you know, it's your job to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself, to feed yourself, to take care of your health. It's literally your own job. So again, just focusing on putting your needs as a priority. And yeah, just slow but steady movements to the goals, your ideas, opportunities, finances, career. Like, you're making movement. It's pretty solid. So just keep doing what you've been doing. And then, you know, I was saying Ace of Cups was also at the bottom of the deck. And we also have the High Priestess. Oh, and the Lovers. Gemini energy. So, we also have the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of cards I'm like just like flipping through. Some of you do have opportunity for a commitment, romance, even friendship. It doesn't have to be romantic always, right? Not all connections are romantic. They're platonic too. If you do have opportunity for that, though, obviously use your intuition, trust your gut, pay attention to signs, and red flags, or the green flags too. But there is a little bit of anxiety some of you could be experiencing. Maybe this is due to things that have happened in your past. Six of Cups reversed, right? So maybe there's like a bad taste from a past relationship, and there might be a hesitation to like giving something a chance here. So that's why it's like important for you guys to be in tune with your intuition so you can really feel the vibes, right? Vibe check. So that's just like, again, another side message. That could be for the week ahead. We're going to pull some fairy messages for Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus regarding this reading. Any fairy messages for Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? What messages do my Saggies need to hear? Any insight, wisdom, guidance? Fairy messages for my Saggies for the week ahead. Any fairy messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? Alright, doesn't want to shuffle anymore. Let's do it. Fairy messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Thank you. This fell on top of the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Singer of Intuition. Right, like I said, trust your gut, trust your intuition. We also have the Sage at the bottom of the deck. This is a very wise kind of energy. Wisdom, applying that knowledge, turning it into wisdom, okay? So, the Singer of Intuition. This week ahead, it's important for you guys to trust your intuition, to carve the time out, to sit in some silence and just connect with yourself, connect with your thoughts, and clearing your mind. Just being, like I said, in the present moment. Letting whatever come up. Any feelings, any thoughts, anything, right? Really connecting with your intuition. Your intuition may be heightened during this time, especially because we do have a lot of Piscean energy, Aquarius energy, and those two astrological signs are very intuitive and very spiritual and like, otherworldly, galactic kind of energy. So it's pretty heightened during this time with all the transits going on in the stars. So I highly suggest you guys trust your gut instead of second guessing it or trying to override it with logic. Really pay attention. Keep your eyes peeled and don't doubt your gut feelings, okay? I'm going to get the book. The Singer of Intuition. Perspectiveness, oracular powers, awareness, and trust. The song of the Singer of Intuition carries all the information there is. Some people believe that this information, often called the Akashic Records, is like a great filing cabinet or library in the sky that we have to go to in order to get information intuitively or psychically. We needn't go anywhere. The song is sung within our blood and flesh and bones, just as it is within the rest of the universe. If, at humanity's present stage of evolution, we consciously heard the song in all its fullness, we would be overwhelmed. Our minds would burn out by that energy. A kindly universe has led us to a place in our development where we can consciously hear only bits of the melody. Usually we must develop skill in actively listening for it, but occasionally a few notes resonate so closely with our own being that we are aware of them. These involuntary experiences are what we call hunches or intuition or extended sense perceptions. We can improve our reception of the song by learning the very still and to listen in a special way. What we get for practicing stillness through meditation and listening, just ask and then listen. Literally what the Golden Egg talks about. It's just like, you got a question, just ask, sit down, listen, think about it, meditate on it. Is the ability to understand and interpret meta symbols, the symbolism behind the material symbols of oracles and omens themselves. Stars, omens, movement of stars and mice, these are all part of one piece, the one song, and therefore part of us as we are of them. Understanding them is truly just a matter of learning to be still, to ask, and to listen. Someday, as we evolve and grow, we will be able to hear more and more of the song and to base our actions and choices on the greater knowledge. Patience, and practice are the keys to all the subtle, clear senses, clear audience, clear hearing, clairvoyance, clairvoyance, clear seeing, clairsentience, clear knowing, telepathy, hearing each other without words, precognition, knowing before, glimpses of a probable future. In a reading, the presence of the singer of intuition indicates that the information is available to us if we just listen to our own inner knowing. Perhaps we already have heard it and still doubt our subtle senses. This singer says this is time to really listen to our intuition. What are our feelings, hunches, or intuitions about the situation? It is desirable that we seek solitude, meditate, practice stillfulness, and patience. This is a time for inward focus, a time to open the door to intuition. There are a lot of ins in this sentence because it's important. Answers are to be found within ourselves. The presence of the singer in a card radiates special illumination and insight on the other cards around it. When the song of the singer seems especially obscure, as indicated by the card reversed in a reading, we need to ask ourselves, how can I learn to be more quiet within myself? More peaceful? How can I better listen to the song of knowledge and wisdom? Not all meanings are meant to be clear at once. Some ideas take time. Some words are destined to lead us on inner journeys with truth hidden deep inside of them. Interesting stuff. Okay? So really just kind of fitting with what I was saying throughout this entire read, right? Dog's making some noises. And let's wrap this up with a couple Tikashi messages for Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Any Tikashi messages for Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? What can my Saggies expect, please? Or, not expect. Any Tikashi messages like, what am I saying, man? Man, losing my mind. Tikashi messages, the heat's getting to me. We're going under a heat wave over here in Canada. Anyways, Tikashi messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Any Tikashi messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh my god, if I could shuffle. Hello? What's going on? Alright. Messages for Saggy. Consideration and responsibility. Consideration. Pay attention, let nothing move past without your examination. Be reflective and do not make any hasty decisions. Many special moments are unfolding for your attention. If you carefully look at what's brought you to this now moment, you will see how much of yourself deserves your loving consideration and responsibility. Be accountable to yourself. The onus is on you for who you are and what you've created. Others are responsible for themselves. Do not try to take away their journey by assuming responsibility for them. You never need to be a victim where you know you have choices in every moment and you take responsibility for them. Okay? Alright, Sag, so that is what I got for you guys for this weekly reading. If you guys found this helpful or insightful, please let me know in the comments below. If you guys are interested, you can check me out on Instagram at Jadestone Tarot. And with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.